I became friends with John Irwin, who's the director of Jesus Revolution, years ago. And he had that Time magazine with Jesus on the cover. He was literally obsessed with it. And I think he's the right guy for this project. I think as it's coming together, and I've seen scenes from this film now, I've just been blown away. I think this is going to be the best film the Irwin brothers have ever done together. And I'm really honored that he's featured us in his story and allowed us to be a part of this project. And he also has two other primary characters, and it's Chuck Smith and Lonnie Frisbee. Chuck was the pastor of Calvary Chapel of Costa Mesa, sort of a struggling church. And Lonnie was this roving hippie evangelist who was just filled with fire and passion. And they were just so right together because Lonnie was sort of like the magnet that drew young people in. And Chuck was a stabilizer that kept people in. You know, we came for Lonnie, we stayed for Chuck. I had to grow up and take care of myself because I literally was not being parented. So I had to, in a way, be a parent to my mother. So when the whole drug culture is coming on, you know, turn on, tune in, drop out, and don't trust anyone over 30, that resonated with me because everyone I knew over 30 was not a good example. I think where a lot of kids at 17 were just being 17-year-olds, I felt like I was a 70-year-old in a 17-year-old body because I'd seen so many things already. And it got me searching, and I wanted something better, something pure, something real. I didn't know it was God. If this movie can inspire and give hope to a young person and tell them no matter how adverse their circumstances are, or how bad their home life is, or how bad their environment is, they can get through this. And there's hope in the future. And I hope this movie will give some of that hope to people. In America, we've had 4 great spiritual awakenings. The Jesus movement was the last. I feel like we're overdue for another. What we're praying is even more than having a great time in the theater or watching it at home if you stream it later. Our greatest hope is that they would say, could God ever do this again? Let's pray for that. And if that were to happen, that would be the greatest reward of seeing this film made. I think you're going to be very entertained. There's some laugh out loud moments in this film. There's some choke up, maybe you'll cry moments in the film, very uplifting moments. And I think you're going to see something on the screen you've not seen before. This story has never been told. And this is a significant story that changed our nation and in many ways changed the world. And my hope is that not only will you be entertained and see a great movie, but I hope that you'll find hope for your future and open your heart to a relationship with God.